Hey Aries, this is your February reading. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start out with a general reading, then move into a love reading, and I'll end with a money and career reading. So let's see what's been going on with you guys, or what could potentially happen, right, for February. So let's see. It feels like either you have been really stubborn or you're encountering a lot of people around you who are pretty stubborn. It's like you're trying to get through to them, but it's like they don't see where you're coming from. They don't even try to consider your point of view or your perspective. All right. The thing about dealing with folks like that is I think what has helped me the most is not to get so invested in whether they accept what you're saying or not, or whether they're open to what you're saying or not. A lot of times, we focus so much on what other people aren't doing or what other people are doing that affects us, but in the long run, if you don't get so invested in trying to convince someone of something or trying to make them see your side, if you already know that they're not very open to that, then it's up to you to reserve that energy, right? And to not get so invested, because the more you preserve that energy, the less you're afflicted or affected by their stubbornness, if that makes sense. So we have the Queen of Cups in reverse that popped out. So feeling emotionally burdened, kind of in the depths of your emotions. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse, possibly due to something that started out but didn't work out, or something that could have potentially happened but didn't work out. Queen of Cups is a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, that you could be involved with, or something didn't work out with. We have the Four of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so it's something that I feel you see amazing potential in, but it didn't work out, and I think it's affecting you more than you expected, or more than you want. Let's see. All right. First card is your main energy. And then the three subsequent cards are supporting energy for that card. So we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. We have the Three of Wands, the King of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ace of Cups. So totally what I was just explaining when I was shuffling, there seems to have been, or could potentially be in February, this potential to start something, something that you're really feeling very passionate about and feel very strongly about. But for some reason, it's not working out. We see the Three of Wands, so like I said, you see that this situation or person or opportunity is great for you. Like, you really have that feeling, and it's almost like you've been waiting for this for a long time, or you've been wanting this to come into your energy or into your life for a long time. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Could be an earth sign that you're dealing with, Taurus, Capricorn, or a Virgo. Also could be you feeling destabilized, you feeling that due to this, you're kind of closing yourself off and you don't want to open up to anything else. And the Ace of Cups is here, so definitely something to do with emotion, something to do with a connection, a romantic connection potentially. We have the Ace of Cups kind of looking up to the Ace of Wands in reverse, just kind of the way I have the cards laid out here. So I see that there are emotions there, there are feelings there that are very strong, but for some reason, the opportunity to act on those is not is not happening. I mean, the opportunity is there, however, there's no movement towards that. There's no actualization of that opportunity, if that makes sense. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So I want to say more with that card is, I think you're feeling sort of a loss, right? I'm feeling like you're thinking, if I can't have this, or if I can't act on this opportunity, if I can't involve myself with this person or in this situation, then you're feeling that loss, like, very heavily. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so total, like, affliction. You're feeling like this really impacted your life. With the Knight of Swords, the way you could see it is, it's like the Tower card in a sense, because there's a lot of movement and change depicted here. But at the same time, it's like not that severe as the Tower. So there's something, this really impacted you, and it's really changed kind of maybe how you see things. Let's see. We have the Page of Swords. So yeah, there's this really sort of raw sort of energy that is really involved in this. So you're feeling a lot of this enthusiasm. You're feeling a lot of, like, you're really, really wanting to move towards this or towards this person. I say person because Ace of Cups is here, so I'm seeing this more as touching on your love life or romantic connections. Let's see what else. We have the Ten of Swords in reverse. Yeah, and there's a strong wanting to come out of a feeling afflicted or feeling down about the situation. That's interesting. So let's see what your love reading says. Let's see if it connects with this reading. Like there seems to be amazing potential with something or someone, and the opportunity's there, it just can't be taken. That's what I'm seeing, and that's really affecting you. And then maybe it's something you didn't expect with the Knight of Swords in reverse. Or I feel also like maybe you don't know how to go about it. Like it's testing your patience, possibly. Either that, or you could also feel like, man, this is gonna take a lot of work to actually act on this or make this happen. Alright. Love, Aries, February. Okay. We have the Ace of Swords. Interesting. It's like the Victory card or clarity coming in. Six of Swords. So moving away from something. Okay. That's looking good so far. Moving away from something that caused you a lot of pain, anxiety. Four of Swords. Yeah, and you may be having to, after that situation or after that relationship, you having to take sort of like a time out and reflect and spend time with yourself to kind of re-energize or recharge your batteries, come back to yourself. Especially with that Six of Swords there, definitely like coming back to yourself. And that Ace of Swords really saying, you know, you moving away from whatever situation really affected you or really caused you a lot of pain. That's really a victory for you. You're moving in the right direction. Main energy is the Three of Swords. We have the Strength card. We have the King of Pentacles again, in reverse again. And the Death card in reverse. Yeah, so the situation I was just speaking on when I was shuffling, and we have the Hierophant in reverse, so that signifies to me that there was a major break in some sort of bond, detachment in some sort of really strong bond. We have the Three of Swords. So speaking to that pain and that hardship that you experienced, or could potentially still be experiencing in February. We have the Strength card. So it's something that's really taken you a lot of effort to try to overcome. You've been very strong. You've been resilient throughout this whole thing. However, that energy hasn't completely left you. Okay. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm feeling a lot of very closed off energy. And we have the Death card in reverse, which shows that you aren't completely over this period of your life that caused you a lot of hardship and that you're moving away from. Like I said, the Hierophant in reverse is a card to me that denotes a breakage away or a breaking in a bond that was very strong, and not just this, if you were like hooking up with someone, or if you were semi talking to someone, or that's not what I'm referring to here. I'm speaking to those of you who had a very, very strong bond with someone, and was in a serious sort of relationship with someone. It was definitely more serious, more committed. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse. So there's no communication with this person. There is no more energy being exchanged between you and this person, at least, in person. So when I say that, I mean that I feel just in general that all of us are interconnected. We're all connected in some way. And sometimes when someone is feeling very strongly about something that has to do with you, it could be that you also get a feeling, right? Based on that energy that person is kind of putting out there. You kind of catch a little bit of that, is what I'm saying. So we're all interconnected in that way. So when I'm saying that you're not exchanging energy, I mean in person. You're not talking, you're not interacting with each other in person. So it looks like you cut that person off, or that person cut you off. But what you went through was very, very painful and very hard. And you're still experiencing the sort of remnants of that in February. And it could be that this is why, the other opportunities that are there for you, or are manifesting themselves for you, this is why you haven't been able to fully step into those, right? From the first reading that I was mentioning the potential for those opportunities or connections with somebody else, or for you to be able to get into another relationship or situation. I think it's because this last situation hasn't completely closed out, and we see that in the Death reversed here. So let's see, what can I say to you? I see the Strength card here across from the Death card in reverse. So mainly, I guess the message here is for you to understand that you kind of have to be patient with yourself, right? And be patient with you still experiencing the consequences, still experiencing some really intense feelings, some feelings of hurt, because that doesn't go away overnight, right? You have to persevere with the Strength here. You have to really persevere and not allow for that to consume you and overcome you. We did see the Queen of Cups in reverse when I was first shuffling to get the entire reading started. So I feel like for Aries, you're carrying a really heavy load right now. And as much as you want to move away from it, because I know that you guys can sort of get impatient and, not want to feel these sort of feelings, but you're going to have to really be patient with yourself, be strong in the sense that you have to understand and not pressure yourself when it comes to getting through and pushing through these feelings and the hurt and pain that you experienced. I do see, like I said, you are making progress and you are moving away. So really try to concentrate on that and take it day by day, you know, concentrate on the little progress that you're making, because little progress is still progress, believe me. And then, you know, hopefully next month we'll see that you've taken some major strides, you know. But you know, it's so difficult when it comes to overcoming pain or past traumatic situations or past experiences where we experience a lot of hardship and a lot of pain. It's really hard because it's not something that just overnight you're over. Like I said, it's something that, you know, you could have February looking like this, and then for March you could feel a little bit better, but then, you know, the following month feel back down, like you're down again. It's such a journey, you know. That's why I feel like journey is such an appropriate word when it comes to healing, because it really is a journey. There's no like point where you're like, I'm completely done and I'm free. Yes, you feel free, you feel liberated, you know, the further you work and the further you move through that journey. However, there's still those moments, like even the people who feel the most healed or people who have overcome so much, like there's still those moments where you still feel a little tug, you still feel like the presence of that. So it's just really about how you react to those feelings. So I think that's something that a lot of you Aries are learning, how to navigate those feelings, because like I said, you know, you guys do tend to get so fired up and so impatient and put pressure on yourself. So let's move on to your career and money reading and see what messages we have for you. And past trauma, past pain, past experiences that were really unfair to you or caused you a lot of pain, they don't always have to be romantic relationships, you know. A lot of how we experience our childhood and what we learned through those experiences, we apply into our relationships as adults, to romantic relationships as adults. So, you know, if you are a single person who maybe isn't in a relationship but is trying to heal those like childhood wounds and working on themselves in that way in order to become a better partner, without all of that baggage, you know, affecting your next relationship, that applies to you. All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay, main energy is the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, that's great. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Here she comes again. We have the Six of Cups. And we have the Fool in reverse. Okay. So I'm feeling strongly like there was something that that you couldn't jump into. There was something that you couldn't take on with the Fool in reverse here. Maybe there were some barriers that you couldn't get through for whatever reason when it comes to your career or your financial situation. Maybe, you know, for some of you, you really wanted to invest, but it didn't end up working out for whatever reason. You know, a lot of times we want to do something, but then we try so much, like, and we really want to, like, we're really all in. We're really wanting to make something work so much, but for crazy reasons or reasons we can't even understand in that moment, it doesn't happen, right? And that's why the Wheel of Fortune is here. We have the Six of Cups. So I feel like maybe this is something that you encountered in your past, and then it resurfaced again, if that makes sense. So like if you wanted to, like I said, let's use that investment example. Like if there was an opportunity for you to invest in something you've been really interested in the past, and you weren't able to do it, the opportunity presents itself again, and it still isn't working out. And what I'm seeing here more than anything is like the timing is not right. The timing is not right. And we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. So it really affects you when this happens, and you feel very down and out. You feel very emotionally overwhelmed when this happens, like very, very disappointed. And it's almost like you can't escape that feeling. You can't escape that space where you just feel very, very down about this. And we have the Two of Cups because you really feel like this is meant for you. Like you really feel like you really feel like this partnership or this investment or whatever it is, this new job, whatever it is regarding your situation financially and career wise, you feel like this is great for you, but for some reason, like I said, it hasn't worked out. And we have the Chariot here, exactly what I said. I feel like it will work out for you, but right now is just not the right time. So we have the Wheel of Fortune kind of really showing us that, and the Chariot. So I really just advise you to not get so lost in your feelings, and allow those emotions of disappointment to really run your life for now, because it's looking like a good opportunity will come for you to invest in, or for a job opportunity or career move. It's there, however, it's just not the right time. So you just have to trust in that timing. And this is kind of a situation where it's like fated, right? So if it's not working out, it's for a reason, that type of thing. So kind of keep that in mind, and don't allow your feelings to overrun or overtake you. So let's take an oracle card. Okay. And let's see the advice that we have for you for the month of February. And we have embrace. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You know, when it comes to timing, I feel like this is really your message. Embrace the situation as it is, okay? If it's not moving the way that you want it to move in the current moment, right? If your feelings, you haven't been able to overcome that really hard situation and overcome those feelings related to that or from that, embrace the journey. Embrace where you are in this moment. If you haven't been able to take those opportunities when it comes to your career or money-wise, embrace the outcome as it is, right? And the more that you accept sometimes, because when you try your best and things still don't work out, you know, that's your opportunity for you to just accept, right? For you to accept things as they are, because like I said, things happen for a reason. And so I feel like this embrace card, this advice is very much connected to that. Like everything happens for a reason. So like I said, I'm not saying don't try and just accept everything as it is. I'm not saying that. I'm saying try your best. But if things don't work out, understand that they're not working out for a reason. And with the Wheel of Fortune there, let me tell you, it's for your best, for your highest good. So hopefully you enjoyed the reading, Aries, and I will be back soon with mid-monthly readings for February, and I hope you have a lovely rest of the month, and I'll see you soon.